Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to That Park Place. My name is Vash Sky. I'm your host, going through, I guess, Monsters Inc. land. Ooh, but there is a notable admission from a certain preview center that Walt Disney World has established. And to cover it with me is WW Pro. Hello there, bro. How are you doing today, sir?
Happy to be back on That Park Place, the happiest YouTube channel that ever was.
Absolutely. That is for sure. Well, we've got to take a gander to the most magical place that there ever was, and that being Walt Disney World. At least that's what they say. From Blog Mickey here, Muppet Vision 3D replacement show omitted from new Monsters Inc. land preview this October 11th, 2025 by Mike, I do believe. Very interesting, bro. Earlier today, Walt Disney Imagineering debuted a new preview display for upcoming projects at Walt Disney World. While we covered the display in an earlier article, the omission of something has been nagging at me since 9:30 a.m. As indeed it has all of us. While signage for the Tropical Americas Land and Piston Peak National Park Cars-themed expansions to Frontierland both mention all attractions previously announced for their respective lands, the Monstropolis signage is missing something. Oh. We have learned that there are currently no changes to the previously announced theater show. The rest of our article remains unedited for posterity. Gotcha. A Vision 3D land replacement omitted from Monsters Inc. land preview. As seen in the photo below, the description of Monstropolis is missing a reference to the previously announced theater show. That would be replacing Muppet Vision 3D. The description mentions shopping, dining, and the first ever suspended roller coaster in a Disney park. However, it does not mention the quote, whole new theater show that Walt Disney World previously announced. Bro, this is very frustrating because Muppet Vision 3D was beloved by so many people visiting Walt Disney World on a regular basis, and certainly those who maybe only go once every 5 years, once every 10 years, and so forth. There was no reason, in my opinion, to take this down as quickly as they did, and yet they have. To not get any sort of imagery or even a name or even a concept for the replacement to Muppet Vision 3D, something so beloved, something that was, one of Jim Henson's last ever projects, is so very frustrating. Pro, your thoughts on this story and more.
Well, scroll that article up to where they give the clarification. I want to explain this to people. So let's read it again. It says, update. We have learned that there are currently no changes to the previously announced theater show. The rest of our article remains edited below for posterity. And what was the article about, folks? It was about that there's nothing on these new maps about the theater show. Now, I know, Vash, that this seems like it's, maybe it negates the whole article, but it doesn't. And that's why we're doing this video. Ladies and gentlemen, are you surprised that a theater show remains a theater show? Are you surprised by that, folks? No, of course you're not. Here's the deal. They left off any reference to what's in the theater, and they did it for a reason. And we'll talk about that. But poor that's Blog Mickey, right, Vash? Was that Blog Mickey? Okay, Blog Mickey, correct. Puts out this thing, and they're accurate. And the Disney comes out and says, well, actually, there's no changes happening. We've already told you it's a theater show. Well, thank you so much for reminding us that the theater remains a theater. Got it. Here's the deal. Disney is labeling all this other stuff, but they're not labeling the building where Muppet Vision was. Now, why would they not do that? Let me think. Let me put on my PR hat for a minute. Let's just say that you've got a theater that was once home to a beloved attraction, and you've replaced it. Why would you want to draw attention to that? But it goes beyond that, folks, because you sleuths out there, you already knew it. You already could tell me that they don't want to bring back any kind of articles about Muppet Vision being gone because it's beloved, and they need to put it back. I don't think they're going to put it back there, but they need to go throw it over there where they've got the villains. They're terrible over there by Rock and Roller Coaster. Make them Muppets Courtyard. But here's the real reason, Vash. Are you ready? Are you ready to know, Vash, why they don't want to disclose what's going there?
Please.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, we hear Laugh Floor 2.0. And you know that nobody, and I mean nobody, likes the Laugh Floor. But we have heard that they want to put the Laugh Floor 2.0 over there and get rid of it over at Magic Kingdom because that's real estate they need, baby. And who cares about Hollywood Studios? You got to do what you got to do to get people over there, but Magic Kingdom's where it's at. That's where the Imagineers love to come up with new ideas. But Vash, that's why I believe. Now, could we be wrong? Are we in speculation territory? A little bit. It's going to be a Monsters theater show, and we know that Monsters Laugh Floor is not performing well at Magic Kingdom. Would I be surprised? Vash, would you be surprised if Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor 2.0 comes to Hollywood Studios and replaces the Muppets?
No, not at all. I think that's kind of what they want, right? They want a low audio animatronics stage show or theater show that can, house as many people as this theater has the capacity for. I think that's kind of what they want. They want to reduce operating costs while having a venue full of guests. That way it provides things for people to do. And this is why I'm so upset that they decided to close Muppet Vision right now, because you could have easily waited until at least the animation courtyard, that new experience coming on the other side of this park, was open, and then close this one. They decided not to do that. We're going to go ahead and do all this stuff now. Okay, I guess we'll leave this hole in the attraction count when it comes to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Okay,
but
fine,
Vash,
whatever. But what?
Vash, go ahead. I was just going to tell you, I'm inside the brains of modern Imagineers. Modern Imagineers, not the ones who can do stuff, the new ones. Now, the DEI hires Vash. Let me tell you what they're thinking and how they sold this, okay? You ready for this? Now, Vash, can you tell me what attraction at Disney World tends to get more views on the tickety talks than anywhere else? What attraction gets most of the tickety talk views? That's a tough one.
TikTok views. That's interesting. Yeah, I would think it would be Res of Resistance, but perhaps I'm wrong.
Turtle Talk with Crush. Now, why,
Really?
Vash? Why does Turtle Talk with Crush get more tickety talk views than anything else?
Well, it features a famous franchise, that being Finding Nemo. It is something that the kids and families can do. It is an interactive piece that maybe sets us apart from other theme park proprietors around in the Orlando area.
And it's original. It's original too, Vash. You're right on all points. You're an expert truly at theme parks. Vash, it's also original because people go in and they ask Crush questions, and the Crush performer gives funny answers. And so all over the tickety talks, folks, you've seen these. Crush from Turtle Talk is on there talking about, do you like sushi? Or, you wouldn't eat turtle soup, would you? There's all these funny things, and the kids laugh, and sometimes he gets funny questions from adults, and it's all over the Instagrammies, it's all over the Facebookies. And so they would like to have more of that. And what can you do? Well, if Laugh Floor is not doing well anymore, get another one, make it better, and make it ready for the tickety talks. And that's what they think is going to work. Because listen, you can watch Tiana's Bayou Adventure be broken down, and TPM does it every day. But listen, there's only so much of the same ride, playing it over and over, that is going to do on social media. But if you've got one that's original, by golly, you've got something. And so I think that's how the Imagineers have played this out. I think this is how they've convinced them to do what they're going to do is, we're going to be on TikTok. We need to be on TikTok. Give us that theater. Let us Doc Hopper our way in there, and we'll put Mike and Sully and all the rest on there, and we'll even get little Boo, and she'll say things that are cute. And then it'll be on the TikToks, and people will be going on Disney vacays.
I've seen too. I think Braden actually had it where he had zoomed in on some of the concept artwork, and he had seen marquees and so forth on the early Monstropolis concept artwork that suggested that it was going to be kind of almost like a late night show or something like that, where they're going to have like a live viewing audience kind of thing. I think the omission from of a Muppet Vision 3D replacement is simply because Disney is they're still developing ideas. They don't have anything to showcase. They don't have anything to replace this theater just yet. I think that's really at the heart of this, because honestly, Pro, they're not really good at developing ideas. And if it's social media driven, that makes a whole lot of sense.
There you go. That's what they're up to, Vash. That's why Kermit had to hop on out of there, and why they had to do a quick overlay on Rock and Roller Coaster. I hope that they put the Muppet Vision attraction back in by Rock and Roller Coaster where the villains are. That would be the best option now. Disney, do it. You'll make all fans everywhere happy. And who knows? Maybe we'll even like the monsters side of the theme park if you do it. Who knows? Try it, Disney. Just try it for once. Actually do what we say and make people happy. You might even make some money.
That making money indeed. That's the name of the game right there. Unfortunately, Disney's not all that great at that. But hey, look, in the comments below, let us know, are you excited about a Monsters Inc. Laugh War 2.0? Are you thrilled with the fact that maybe Muppet Vision 3D is going to be replaced with some of the concepts that we've listed here? Or are you a little bit more upset? We want to know your thoughts. Please go ahead and list them in the comment section down below. If you haven't liked this video yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and like it. Subscribe to That Park Plays for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.